So I've just gotten the first AGC test connector simulator board wired up and hooked up to the AGC monitor board, and they're working together. So far, everything seems to be working. Right now I've got both boards powered on, but the 4-volt supply off. So the AGC is running, but the test connector doesn't know it. So I'll just show my setup here. Let me switch this guy on. Zoom in on what's going on here. Right, so can reset all the alarms. None of them are triggering constantly, so that's a good sign. Disky interface is working. I'm running Aurora 12 right now. So I can kick off a self-test. Verb 16 is not valid. Noun 1. Alright, so there's a self-test running in Aurora. And one of the features I've added, since I last had everything wired up and you know, tested it all together, is rope simulation. So I have previously added in. Actually, I'll just go ahead and do it again. So let me stop and load. Oop, get all the banks selected here. Let's load in Luminary 210. Okay, so that has been transferred to the monitor. And I will unselect that, let the computer keep running. Alright, so we're still running Aurora here, and just by way of demonstration, verb 16 is not valid in Aurora, so if I try to look at the system time with verb 16 now 36, I'm going to get an operator error. I can now switch on rope simulation by setting all the switches high, and you can see on the scope that my monitor data is triggering now, and the Disky responds a lot faster to all the things I can do, and verb 16 noun 36 now shows me system time. And no errors, no alarms, persistently running. Another thing I can do is switch on erasable memory simulation. So now I've got a lot more activity in terms of data being transferred to the AGC from the monitor. And let's see, if I do system time again, I get a completely different answer. Whoa, program alarm. That's not a good sign, so I might have a problem somewhere there. Let's see if I can get that going again. Okay. Yeah. So if let me kill this. Switch off erasable memory simulation. Took a restart. That's not unexpected. Although the state that we're in now is interesting. Hold on, let me force a restart. Alright. Verb 36. Get us a fresh start. There we go. Weird things happen when you swap out the erasable memory for a running program. But now, if I go back to here, we got the same time as before when we were running without memory simulation. Another thing I can do is switch on erasable memory simulation, and then switch off rope simulation. And now we're back in Aurora with erasable simulation going, and I can start a self-test this way. Oop. Not what I wanted. Verb 21, noun 27, enter. 10, enter. Alright, yeah, so now we have memory, erasable memory simulated and seemingly passing most of the self-tests, so that's a good sign. Might have a little bit of intermittent flakiness to track down, but for the most part it's seeming pretty solid. So got a couple of kinks to work out, but pretty happy with where it is so far.